Guys, what is going on? Joe with Odyssey Off-Road here with this green, beautiful beast in front of me. And I just kind of wanted to introduce this to the channel. This is my new truck. So some of you guys are probably scratching your head. I just did a 10,000 mile review on my last truck. I had a 2022 Ram. And those of you who have stuck around to the channel for a while know I've gone through quite a few trucks in the last couple of years. So you may not be surprised, but some of you may be. And I want to make this video just about the truck, but just really quick. So I've always intended to get the new generation Tundra. I am admittedly pretty much a Toyota fanboy at heart, but I just didn't want to get the first model year. I just don't like to do that with any vehicle. So just decided it was time, pull the trigger, and do it now. This is a 2023 Crewmax Tundra limited model. It has obviously the TRD Offroad package, and it is Army green. It has a significant amount of other packages, which I'll go over with you when we get inside the truck. I'll show you in the window sticker everything it has. Kind of just a quick walk around the outside. Beautiful truck. I tell you what, I've only had it for about 100 miles. I've had it for a couple days now, and I haven't done anything to the truck yet, so that will be for future videos. I just want to show you the truck's completely stock before I do absolutely anything to it. So this truck, the obvious things you're going to see if you've watched some other Tundra videos is right up front here. This has the premium headlight upgrade package. It's actually the limited upgrade, the limited premium package, which you get the upgraded headlights, and then you get the trailer backup assist. So it's actually a very inexpensive option for the limited. So it's like $369, I think it was. We'll take a look at the window sticker, and you get the premium headlights with the trailer backup assist. So with the limiteds, when you get the TRD off-road package, you get these 20-inch black TRD wheels. Comes with Falcon Wild Peak all-terrain tires. These are not your traditional Falcon Wild Peak all-terrain tires you would get. Like if you went to Discount Tire and said you want a set of Falcon Wild Peak all-terrains, you would get the AT3Ws. These are AT3WAs. So they're specifically made for like manufacturers putting on their trucks, new. So these are the same Falcon Wild Peaks that I had on the Ram that I got rid of. They're a much milder version than the standard Falcon Wild Peak all-terrains. They're good looking tire nonetheless, so it's something that you can kind of stick with for a while when you first get the truck, without having the instant urge to upgrade the tires, because if you get a standard limited or a standard platinum or something, you get those street-based tires, and they look a little plain and dull. At least these have a little bit of a style to them on the sidewalls and give you a little bit something to live with before you upgrade. So I'll use these for a bit, get some use out of them. Eventually we'll upgrade the tires, probably some BF Goodrich, or maybe the full version of the Wild Peak all-terrains, and then we'll do like one size bigger maybe. These are 265 60/20s that it comes with. I'll maybe go up to a 275, just to not overdo it. This truck's going to be doing a lot of road trips, more so than it will be off-roading. So it's going to be mostly for transporting my toys. As you guys know, if you follow the channel, I have a lot of ATVs, and so that's really the use, primary use for my trucks, is hauling around my toys. But sometimes you do need to get to an area where it's kind of, not the best terrain to get through, to get to where you're riding or what have you. So you need a truck that's capable and has some ground clearance and four-wheel drive. So the truck, I just absolutely love it. I'll tell you the initial impressions driving it. It rides like a dream, absolute dream. I mean, I don't know what it is about how they designed. It must be the stiffer chassis from the older. The frame and everything's completely done up from 22 and up from the prior generation Tundra. And I just think with the full boxed frame, maybe the way it handles going around bendy roads, it just handles like it's on rails. It's amazing. It rides beautiful. Absolutely have zero complaints with the ride quality. And I don't really have too much other to say about much, because obviously I've only owned it a couple days. It's kind of just an intro video. and unveil, kind of show you guys what I got here. And we'll do a lot more videos on it coming up, you know, once we do some mods and some updates on how it's holding up and everything like that. But you'll see it came with the running boards. I'm not a fan of these running boards. They came on my 21 TRD Pro Tundra I had. Just because getting in and out sometimes is a little awkward with the hoop step like that. I like a flat running board that comes out. Like the RB20s or something like that from Go Rhino. So we'll probably upgrade those eventually. But for now, the truck is good. My kids can get in and out because it came with the steps and all that. I can always sell these down the road to somebody who wants these and get the ones of my choice at some point. Before I take you inside, let me just show you two other things that it came with on the outside. So it's got this low open tailgate, which a lot of trucks have now. And then this has the spray and bed liner. Now, Toyota uses a composite bed, so the bed's not metal. It's plastic. It's not plastic, but it's a composite material, like a hybrid material. And that is actually the same bed construction they've been doing forever now in the Tacomas, and they've now used that in the Tundras. But you can't get the spray-on bed liner on top of it, so that's nice because the plastic bed liners do tend to get slippery when they're wet. And I load my ATV in here, and the last thing I need to do is go sliding into the back of the truck. So with the bed liner on here, that's nice. It's got a nice texture to it, very grippy, so you don't have all your stuff sliding around. Then it, of course, comes with the LED bed lights. That's part of a package that the truck has, which we'll go over later. And then the 12-volt outlet back here. I'm not sorry, 120-volt outlet, 400-watt outlet. There's also one of those in the back seat. That's part of a package. Another cool thing with the Tundra, now you do not get this on an SR5. You can only get it on, it only comes on limiteds and up. So SR5 and SRs, you don't get this feature, but it's got a button on the side of the tail light for opening the tailgate. And you know, some people initially may just look at that and be like, oh, that's just, you know, quirky, weird thing. They just threw that on there for views and for, you know, people to think it's a cool feature. But it actually has some significance. So if you have your arms full of stuff, how many times have you walked over your truck and had a big cooler in your hand or box of stuff, and you had to put it down, open the tailgate? Whereas here, you can have your arms full, kind of walk over to it, bump it with your elbow, and tailgate opens, and then you come put your stuff down on tailgate. So that's pretty cool. And then it also has the button on the remote that you can close, open the tailgate from the remote control. New suspension on these Tundras. They went to a coil spring in the back with 5-link, similar to rear axle of a Jeep, or the Rams have been doing coil springs in the rear for a long time now too. So they that really, I think, adds to the better ride quality too. Let's see, get a good look there. You see it has the Bilstein shocks, the red bodies. This new generation with TRD Offroad has the red body Bilsteins. I don't know what difference they are from the yellow bodied ones. It could just be, you know, color, but Toyota's always used the yellow Bilsteins typically on TRD Offroad packages. This one has the red ones. So same thing in the front. So eventually we'll probably do a small lift on it. Nothing big. I'm not going to go like a 6-inch and 37s or anything like that. I think we'll just go up a tire size and maybe do like a leveling kit in the front and 1 inch in the back, like a 2-inch front lift, 1 inch in the rear. I don't want to really go spacers, so I'm going to kind of wait it out. I'm not in a rush to do it anyway because, you know, that stuff's expensive and I just bought the truck, so we'll probably hold off on that till maybe next year sometime for the expensive mods. And I'm going to wait till, you know, some more options are out. Maybe go with, say, a Bilstein front shock when they come out with the 5100s for this, or something similar to that, you know what I mean, or a coilover, maybe a Fox 2.0 even, where it's kind of set at 2 inches in the front and then just do a 1-inch spacer in the rear. So it was nice. They kept the full roll down rear window on the Tundra, so the whole window comes down, same as the previous generation. On the double cab, you don't get that because it's a smaller back seat. They don't have room to put the actuator in the back wall, so you just get the sliding over rear window if you get a double cab. You'll see on the top you got 2 cameras. So that's another thing with this truck's loaded with cameras. You got 2 up there, you got 1 here, and a light, and then you have a camera in each mirror. Get the blind spot monitoring. And then you also have a camera in the front. So with all those cameras, you get the 360 panoramic view of the truck, and an assortment of camera views from the main screen, which we'll go inside and show you that. The 14-inch screen in this truck's absolutely incredible. Show you the back seat. Very roomy. So interior is the black soft text. This isn't a real leather. It's like it's a synthetic leather. It's not vinyl either. They call it soft text. So that's a synthetic. It's a synthetic leather. Synthetic leather is different from those of you who aren't aware. Vinyl is vinyl. Vinyl is thin. Everybody knows what vinyl is, you know. And if your parents had an old, 70s, 80s, low budget vehicle back in the day with vinyl seats, you know what I'm talking about, what the vinyl is. But so this soft text is a much thicker material. It's almost thick like leather, but it's not made from leather. It's made from some, a combination of products. And it's very durable. Toyota's been using it for years in their trucks. This new iteration of it, you'll see, it's all perforated, and they got an underlayment underneath there of white. And so it kind of gives it a nice little two-tone effect in the middle. On the back seat here, you get standard on the limiteds. One of the reasons I went with a limited, I have kids, and the limited comes with the USB charging ports in the back. And if you've ever been on a road trip with your kids, especially these kids nowadays, they need the electronic devices. And honestly, on a road trip, I prefer them to have them, because otherwise they're driving you crazy and nagging you, complaining about the radio, change the song, whatever have you. If they have their own electronic devices, they kind of keep quiet in the back seat, and they're not fighting with each other either. So you need the charging ports. The SR5, you don't get the charging ports, and there's certain features on an SR5 you just cannot get on a limited. Because believe me, I look to save a little bit of money and maybe go with a built-up SR5, but the fact of the matter is there's just certain things you can't get, and it was worth a couple extra dollars to get a limited for the standard features, for the wanting to keep this truck long term. I love for this to be like a 10-year truck, get 500 to 1,000 miles on it and be one of those guys. I do not intend on getting another vehicle again for any length amount of time that I can foresee. So just getting to the point where these things are getting more and more expensive, and I'm just tired of making payments on vehicles. So I just wanted to get into what I know I want to have and be in, and keep it long term. Material quality and fit and finish seems to be great. I know there are people with the 2022s when they first came out that had some issues and were complaining about certain fit and fitment things. I haven't had or noticed any of those in this truck, and I've checked all the little things that people complained about in the 2022 on this one, and they seem to have been addressed. Toyota's known for kind of perfecting their build quality as they go during the assembly process, and not just waiting for a redesign. So they might have addressed those certain things. So, but obviously I'll keep you guys updated. As you can see, the passenger seat's pushed back quite a bit, and I still got a ton of room. I'm about 5'7". Now if I switch over to my side of the truck, where I sit, where I have my seat set, and you'll see all the leg room, and I can almost put my legs straight. There's a ton of room here. You do get a hump in the floor with the Toyotas. It's not a flat floor like you do get in the Ram. And I know Toyota's just insisted on keeping that transmission tunnel there, and having the design of the truck that way. So that's a design feature, that way they build their trucks. Not really much you can do about that. Some people, they think that's a bit of a downer because you can't put anything big on the floor, but that's what the bed of the truck is for. And you get a tonneau cover, you can just put anything you want in the bed and not have to worry about the weather either. So that being said, that's the back seat. The back seat to the front seat, there is some difference in materials. The door panels are hard plastic on the back seat. Now, when we get to the front, I'll show you, it's all soft touch. You got soft padded touch on the door panels in the front, and on the low part of the dash, it's all soft touch as well. So let me hop out here. So we'll hop in the front. I'll show you guys the window sticker, show you what the cost of the truck was, kind of talk about what I paid for it and what you can kind of expect. There are some dealers still doing markups out there. Do not fall for that stuff, because not all dealers do that. If they're still doing markups on these vehicles, I don't agree with them doing markups even when they first came out and they were hard to get. I think it's a bunch of baloney. There's plenty of profit on these trucks selling them at MSRP for the dealers to make. It's just pure greed when they do markups. So do not pay that. If everybody stops paying markups, the dealers will be forced to stop doing it. We're only screwing ourselves when we agree to pay this kind of stuff at these dealerships. And I know, you know, I'm preaching to the choir here for most of you, but there's some of you out there, maybe even watching this video, who have an endless supply of money in your bank account, and you don't care. You just want what you want, so you'll just pay whatever the dealer asks for to get it. And I've talked to dealerships. Specifically, I went to a Ford dealer, just kind of driving through dealerships. One day, me and my wife were bored, looking at some vehicles. They had some Raptors on the lot. We were just looking at them, and the dealer specifically told me they had a Raptor R there. That's the limited production one with the V8 and the 37s. And a guy came in, paid $150,000 for it. It was like 40-something thousand dollars over sticker price. Wrote a check on the spot. So, I mean, you guys are screwing us all by doing that stuff. So, end of that rant. Let's just get back to the Tundra. But again, don't pay these markups, please. If you call around, look around, talk to other dealers, you can get them at MSRP, and that's what I did. So this is, as you see, I was talking about is soft touch. Up here is hard still, but you know, I don't know why you need soft touch on top of the dash. In all honesty, it just makes it less durable when it's unbeaten on that leather and soft material on top. It's just going to get, the plastic is more durable to have on the top of your dash. Down here is all soft touch. Okay, that's soft padded stuff. The center console does not vibrate and shake like people will complain about in the 22, so I think they just maybe changed the design of that. So let me fire it up. I'll show you the gauges and show you what that all looks like. All right, so fired her up. One thing I will say is the infotainment system. I apologize about the blinking, but there's nothing you can do about that. It's an LED screen, and it's just the refresh rate and the LED. It's gonna blink a little bit. So I haven't had any people have had login issues. I've seen reports with this infotainment system. When you first get the truck, you have to set up a profile in the Toyota app, and then when you sync it to when you log into that profile on your head unit, it'll ask you for the PIN you created on your app. And once you punch that in once, and then sync your phone, and then what you do is if you go into your profiles, there's a spot for, see if I can find it. There's a lot of stuff here. Here we go. So if you go to your settings and then go to personal info, you'll see I have my phone synced to it, the Google Pixel 6. And then right down here, it'll say link key. So you have your key fob right here. If you select the link key, every time you get in the truck with that key fob, the truck will recognize that as you, and it'll load your profile. I haven't had any issues, any alerts. Been asked. I've started and shut this truck off dozens of times now since I've had it in the last couple of days, and I haven't had it ask me once. It picks up my profile every time. So if you go to music, I don't have. You'll see the menu here. It's very simple to use once you go through the whole menu once. I suggest you get the truck, take it home, go through the whole menu, and see where everything is, what everything does. And then once you do that one time, it's very simple to navigate. I will be honest, when I first got in the truck, there were certain things that was settings that were standard, like when you get slowed down to a certain speed, all the cameras would come on under 10 miles an hour and all that stuff. You can just turn that off or set it to however you want it to work. So when you first get it, there's a lot of modern conveniences in here that it can be a little overwhelming if you haven't had a truck or have something like that to get used to. And honestly, I've only had the truck for 2 days, and I'm perfectly confident and comfortable with using everything. It's not at all overwhelming anymore for me. The first, couple minutes of driving it was definitely. There's a lot of things to get used to. So you'll see here on the left side is your main part of your menu, and that's it. It makes it very easy. So you have your music, and you can have all your sources there. And then you have your phone, your car, and that's just all the vehicle alerts, trip information. And then you go to your settings, and everything's in here. Software updates, you can check for software updates. It'll do them over the air and download the software updates. So everything's right there. That's the onboard navigation that comes on the truck. You get a free trial of that. I think it's for 3 years for the updates and the software, because this is like it's like live updates like Google Maps. It's Google Maps based. Now, once the subscription expires and you're no longer getting those updates and live feeds, you can not choose to renew it. If you use an Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, you're going to have maps from your phone. Once you turn it on, your Bluetooth, it's all wireless. You don't have to plug it into the head unit. If you are going to plug it into your head unit, you'd plug it in right there for the head unit to read your phone. Otherwise, there's other charging ports you can use if you do not want it to activate the Google Maps or the Android Auto on your phone or the Apple CarPlay. And you leave the Bluetooth off, it'll just charge the phone. And there's two right here. There's a USB-C and then there's a regular USB, and then you have the two in the back as well. You also have up here, it's hard to see with the big screen. When you get the standard, like a standard SR5 or SR, you get the small 8-inch screen. It does everything the same features from what I understand, but the screen's just smaller. So this is a 14-inch screen, corner to corner. So it's one of the biggest in the industry right now. It's very similar to the one in the Dodge Rams, but the one in the Dodge Rams is, up and down, whereas this is diagonal. So I prefer this better because you get that wide view, and you can have multiple screens, split. When you're in Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, as you guys know, if you use it already, you can have, with the modern updates, you can have it on split screens. You can have your map here and then your Google Music showing here, or in your text messages will pop up on the bottom corner. So it's very nice that way. And then the sound quality, this comes with the JBL stereo system. Limiteds do not come standard with the JBL. It's part of an upgrade package. Okay, JBL stereo system is a little over $500 if you can find one with that. That's the difference you're going to be paying on the window sticker. And I have the window sticker right there. We'll go over that. But again, this little cubby's hard to see with 14-inch screen. I almost forgot I even had it. The truck came with it, because when you sit here, you don't see it. But there's another port up there where you can plug in. So if you do like a windshield camera or traffic camera and stuff like that, and you want to plug it in and put it to your windshield, you can do that right there. You'll see all the speakers here. It's a 12-speaker stereo system with the JBL. So you have 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the doors 6, 7, and then 8 and 9 above your head. And then you got number 10, the center and the rear, and then 2 on each rear door. That's 12. And then you have the subwoofer, which is behind the back seat. I forgot to show you that when you're in the back, but I'll show you all the storage you get in the back seat. Really nice. And then your center stack gauge cluster, you have all your controls are here. So volume, and then you can change stations here. A little trick for those of you who don't know, Toyota used to put this on all their other vehicles, but it doesn't have it anymore. The mode button. So you see the mode button here on the steering wheel. If you're listening to music and just say one of your kids are hollering to you from the back seat and you got your music up and you can't hear them, you can just press and hold the mode button and it'll mute the radio. So it will still work like that if you press and hold it. If you just hit it once and let go, it's going to change from FM to AM to Sirius to Bluetooth to whatever you have available. But if you press and hold it, it will mute the music, and then you can just turn it back up by simply hitting the volume up and down, or press and hold it again, or use the volume knob. All right, so you'll see what I like about this is you have all your favorite radio stations here, right? So, and you see how reactive this is. It's very smooth. It's very similar to a tablet. There is no, like the older Toyota infotainment systems, the Entune, even the most latest advanced one. My wife has a 2022 4Runner, and it's better than it used to be. But this is a whole new system. It's not Entune anymore. So you'll see how reactive it is and how it scrolls, just like a tablet. What I like about this nice is, so you have your music here. It's got the artwork and all that stuff, and then you see all your favorites here. You don't have to kind of scroll through the stations to see what's on. It shows you what's playing on each station, So if we want to switch to Metallica or hear Rad on Hair Nation, you can see that that's playing. You just got to tap the radio station. It'll come on. I'm not going to play it for copyright issues, but you get what I'm saying. If you want to scroll between channels that you don't have saved, you can just hit the channel up and down button, and that'll scroll through all your stations. And yes, I mean, it's very easy to use. Then below here, you got your climate controls. I have it on low right now, so I can keep the fan speed low. It is 100, what's it right now? 101 degrees right now. You'll see there. the outside temps, and it's only 11 o'clock in the morning, so it's been over 108 every day here for 3 weeks straight in southern Arizona. So you have your climate control, and what I like about it is you can go up or down. It's just a toggle, and then I have it on sync, so it'll change both sides with just me doing the one. I have it on low right now for the max AC, and then recirculate, front defrosters, rear defroster for the back window, and the mirror defrosters. You got ventilated seats, so when you first hit the button once, it comes on high, and you can hear it. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but you can hear the air blowing out of the seats. And any of you know who have leather or vinyl seats or anything other than material, even material seats sometimes, you'd be sitting on them. It's hot like this outside, even though you have the AC on and all that stuff. Your body temperature is warm from being out in that hot temperature and hot sun. And you get in here and you just start sweating. It's like your clothes are stuck to you. You're stuck to the seat. You turn those ventilated seats on and you're, sweat free and not sticking in a matter of a minute. You can feel it blowing. I can feel it blowing through my clothes to the bottom of my legs and my back. It works terrific. And then once you get, where you're cool enough, it actually gets to the point where it's cold. So I actually, yesterday I was driving for a little bit, and it was actually got to the point where it was cold. So I lowered it to the 1, and it was maintained nice, comfortable temperature. Obviously, you have your heated seats, and so those are all basic controls. But I like what Toyota did is, unlike with certain other manufacturers, they're putting everything onto the screen. If that screen blacks out or freezes up on you, you can't change your temperature. You can't do nothing. You can't control anything. I like how you can keep it basic. You know what I mean? A little bit, in a sense. Toyota's always been famous for keeping things kind of basic and user friendly. Even though this new truck has a lot more technology in it than the older ones did, they still kept certain things where it's always going to be easy to use and functional for you, and I like that about it. I love these toggles. They feel very high-end, and they don't feel, cheesy or tinny at all, or like they're going to break. They feel very solid. Now, if you move down to the next row, obviously you have your hazards. This is the so now newer Tundras, previous generation Tundras, if you got the off-road package, you didn't get any of the goodies that the off-road package had, the Tacoma off-road package had, like a rear locker or crawl control or multi-train select. And the new Tundras, you do get that. So that's your rear locker button. You can only use it for low, I believe. And then obviously turn off your traction control. This is your view button. This is really cool. I'll show you that in a minute. And then this is your trailer backup assist. So obviously I haven't used it yet. I've only had a truck for 2 days. So the way that works, from my understanding, is if you're backing up a big trailer, say ramping a boat, or backing up into your trailer in between two other vehicles, say, and you want to keep it straight, and you can basically, when you're backing up and your trailer's hooked up and your trailer brake control, all that's set up, which, by the way, it also comes standard with trailer brake controller. All Tundras come with a trailer brake controller, which is I think all trucks should have a trailer brake controller standard. My Ram did not, and I was going to have to get that added. That was kind of, for the amount of money you're paying for the truck, these trucks nowadays, close to 60 grand for a semi-loaded vehicle, 4x4, a trailer brake controller should be standard on all trucks. Toyota is one of the only manufacturers that do that. Chevy does also put a trailer brake controller on a lot of their vehicles, and even their new mid-size truck Colorados have a trailer brake controller, so that's nice. But to get back to this, so if you want to back it up and keep it straight, you basically hit that button and you let go of the wheel. It'll keep it straight and steer it for you. You'll even see the wheel move a little bit because it's keeping your trailer straight. And it just uses the sensors and the cameras all up here on the screen. So I'll show you how those cameras all work for the most part here. So if you hit your view button, that's kind of the overhead. And you can change the color of your truck. So if you have a red one, make it red. Obviously mine's Army green, so we got it on green. And then you can switch to this other lower view. Now this is live. If somebody was walking around your vehicle, if a cat ran across the back or under your truck, you would see it. So now, if you click this, it'll show you the close-up from around your vehicle. Very cool stuff. Now, if I put the truck in reverse, you'll see all these other cameras come up. Now this is what I think is really cool. and you have a full-size truck or anything, when I back out of my garage, I park my truck in my garage all the way to the right. So the passenger side is against the wall of my garage. So when I back out, my driveway immediately curves. So now if there's something on the, so you'll be able to see, if I was in my driveway, you have the driveway here, and then you'll see my landscaping here. If I was to cut the wheel, you can see the line, the projection line there move, and it'll show you where your front end's going to swing over, swing out. And so if you're going to clip something, maybe you don't see something there, maybe your kid left their bicycle over here and you're going to run it over with your front tire, you'll see it. And it'll show you the projection, and you can say, whoa, and you can stop and not avoid hitting it, or running over your flowers or your landscaping. So that's pretty cool. Or even if there's a vehicle next to you and you're parking, you can see. What the other thing I like too is when I go to pull into my garage, obviously, like I showed you, it's very tight. So I'll have it in drive, be pulling in, and once the sensors detect you're close to the wall or close to something and they start beeping, the cameras will come on to show you, hey, this is why it's beeping, because you're close to this object. Once the sensors stop beeping, the camera will turn off. But when I pull into my garage, my wife's usually parked next to me. I'm in the wall on the right, so it's full-size truck. It does fit in the garage, but I got to get it in there, well. So I pull it up till it's close enough to the rear wall, to the front wall, and then and I can see that here. So you got the front camera, you got your overhead. I can see the garage wall right next to me, and if there's anything, like I have my ATV ramps on that wall and a spare tire for my trailer. It's all right there, and I can see how far I am from it, from this view here. It's really an incredible feature. So then once I'm in all the way, I can just hit the rear camera, and I can see I cleared the back of my garage and I'm fully in. And then this here is your side view mirrors. If you turn the wheel, you'll see that's the front view. So if you're off-roading or if you're pulling up alongside something, you can see how close you are, where your front tires are, and then if you hit that, it'll show you, it'll point the cameras towards the rear. So you'll see as I'm turning the wheel, it's not moving because that's looking at the rear tires, okay? And then you can take a look in your bed. So if you're driving, and this works while you're driving, obviously, you see I'm in drive. So you're driving, you got the radio on, and you got a bed full of stuff, and you want to have, in your mind, you're like, I want to make sure the straps didn't come off and the stuff's not flying out of my bed. You can just check it right there, and boom, there you see what's in your bed. You see, okay, everything looks good, and you know. You can also check your, obviously, we showed you those, front, side, rear. So when you get your trailer hooked up, you can just check it behind you, and it also shows it there, so you'll see your trailer behind you as well. Really cool feature, I think. This here just turns off the lines and changes them, right? So this auto button, when I first got the truck, this is what I was telling you, when I was going slow, the cameras would just all of a sudden start coming on. It was a little like, whoa, what the heck is going on here? When I first pulled out of the dealer parking lot, I merged into traffic, and I slowed down to merge in, and the cameras all came on. I didn't know what was going on. So you'll see when you turn when you got the cameras on here, you'll see this auto button for the camera. If you just turn that on, that'll make it so that once you go, I think it's like 10 miles an hour. Once you slow down the truck to below like 10 miles an hour, these cameras will automatically come on. And it's usually the front one, so you can see where you are, what you're pulling up to, and that to me was completely annoying and distracting. So I just click that auto off. Once you put it back in park, it'll reset next time you slow down again. It won't do it again. So you're good there. Center stack, you have a lot of options here. If you go down, you'll see your average fuel mileage. I reset it the day I left the dealer. So in 134 miles, I'm averaging 15.2. And like I am idling right now for about 10 minutes, there's been a lot of idling since I first got the truck, because showing other people, like I'm showing you guys, family members, my father, my brother, and then the truck's just idled, going through the features with the air conditioner running. It's had a lot of idle time, so I'm not concerned about that. On the freeway on the way home with the truck brand new, I was getting over 20 miles to the gallon on the freeway at 70 to 75 miles an hour, so I can't complain about that. Scroll over, you have your compass, okay, and then you have your lane assist, keep, and all that stuff. It has, you can scroll over to your music, tire pressure, trailer settings. So you can once you hook your trailer up, It'll show you the gain you have it set at. There's also 2 trailer tow modes. There's trailer tow haul and tow haul plus. Tow haul plus is if you tow it over 5,000 pounds, and tow haul is if anything under 5,000 pounds. And it's just, you know, by clicking this tow haul button, it'll go into tow haul mode. You can save your trailer type you have. It'll detect the length of it, so it'll change the settings for the blind spot monitoring. So if anybody's alongside you along your trailer, that'll also light up, so which is a nice feature. And then, you know, you have all your other settings in here for every safety feature. Anything you could check your trailer lights, you know, click on that, it'll start flashing randomly all your trailer lights. You can get out of the truck, walk around, make sure your trailer lights work without having somebody sit in here and do it for you. Vehicle settings, a lot of different stuff. And then if you have any alerts, the truck's giving you any alerts or messages, they'll be in there. All right, so that's that. If anything comes up, you can clear it. You hit the back button, you have your phone. This is for radar cruise control. There's a lot of stuff is standard on even current older Toyotas, but that's your radar cruise control. You can set the distance to which it tracks the car in front of you, so you don't have to reset your cruise control. It just paces the car in front of you. If you have a slow vehicle, it'll just slow it down. As soon as that slow vehicle moves away or speeds up, or you move out of the way, it'll pick back up to where the speed you had it set at. So controls, 4-wheel drive, high, low, drive mode. So right now it's in standard mode now. If you turn it to the left, you'll see it'll pop up. So it goes to eco mode, and it'll also show you there too. Then you can go back to normal, and then sport mode also. Sport mode just changes the mapping, you know what I mean, with the truck, and the turbo boost picks up much quicker. I haven't really fiddled with it too much. I flipped it on once when I was on the freeway coming home, and you can feel it instantly change the throttle mapping. So it's but I've been pretty much babying the truck since I got it, break it in nicely. So I haven't really fooled around with that too much. You get the TRD shift knob for the TRD off-roads, red TRD start button. Center console, you have the wireless charging, so you can place your phone there. I'm recording with my phone, but I took the case off to show you guys. You just basically place it there. I will tell you the wireless charging is a little bit finicky for my phone, because I think it's just the model of my phone. The camera, where the camera pokes through on the top, it's kind of raised, so the phone don't sit flat, so it sits up a little bit. So being it not completely flat against it, the wireless charging tends to turn on and off sporadically. So I don't really care for wireless charging anyway, so that wasn't really a feature that I was looking for, because wireless charging, when you're charging your phone on a wireless charger, you'll notice your phone gets very hot. So I always use the wires. The truck actually came with these. It came with the wires. It comes with a USB-C, and then it comes with 2 lightning cables if you have iPhones. So if you buy the truck, you don't need to buy any wires to hook it up. And supposedly they're high-speed cables, so for high-speed data transfer. So if you're hooking it up to your head unit and using your phone as like a music storage device. So you'll see here this little cubby, right? And that slides open, so you have quick access to your center console. So if you keep like anything here, so say you keep tissues in your truck, or you have your wallet here. Or in my case, I have my wallet up here on this other little one. But let's say you have your wallet in here. There's a little tray down there, and I'm getting out, going to the store. I can grab my wallet. I'm done. Go in. I don't have to open. You don't have to open the whole center console. If your passenger is riding with you, they have their arm on the armrest. You don't have to say, "Hey, move your arm so I can get in my center console." You can just kind of slide it forward and grab stuff. I think that's pretty cool. Some people think it's, you know, not necessary, but depends on how you use your truck. I think it's pretty neat, pretty intuitive thinking on Toyota's part. You'll see the center console is pretty big. You got a little cubby here, for you can keep some loose stuff. This actually comes out too, so then you have another little platform up there. You have it down here. Then you have another section down there. It's a little bit lower. So you got a lot of divisions here and different areas to keep different things in a more organized way instead of just having a big empty thing. I think that's pretty nice. Cup holders are fairly decent size. I don't have any complaints. My wife likes to carry these gigantic water jugs with her. I don't know if any of you carry those, or I don't usually carry anything bigger than 20 ounces. If I do carry my big one when I go to the gym, I've never found a vehicle that would hold that one, so it just is what it is. You can't have a cup holder this big, and then when you have a regular drink, it's sliding all over the place. It's just not realistic. So this is they're good sized cup holders in my opinion. I have zero problems with them. You get 2 more cup holders right there, and then the rear passengers get 2 more in the seat. So I think we've covered everything in the front. The SR5, you've probably seen some new Tundras. They have like a cubby here. That's on the SR5s. Once you go up to a limited and up, they close that cubby off. This makes it more of a finished look. I actually like the cubby that they give you in the SR5. So I wouldn't have had a problem if they would have left that with the higher trims. But glove box, pretty good. You got a divider in there as well for organization. So I got the owner's manuals. This is how the owner's manuals comes. Comes in a nice leather jacket. It says Toyota on it with the red stitching. Everything's in there. Fits on that top tray. And on the bottom tray, I have my registration insurance card. And there's still room on the right side there for more stuff. Plenty of storage. So we'll take you in the back seat. Oh, one more thing. Limiteds come with memory seats. So you can set, if your wife gets in and uses your vehicle and she moves it around, or in my case, I drive my wife's vehicle, my wife's 4Runner, and move the seat, and it drives her crazy. She don't have memory seats, so she's always got to try to get it back to where she had it. Or you can just save it. So I have mine saved to 1. So if I go to the car wash, or I go someplace where somebody uses my truck, which nobody really ever does use my truck, but somebody ever does and gets in it, moves the seat, annoying that could be to find it, especially when you have power seats and there's like a million ways to get a set for you, how you like it. So you'll just hit the set, press the button you want to keep it in. When it's in park, you have to do that. And then once you hit the button, it'll just return it back to where you had it. There's a setting in here so that if you sit really close, I sit fairly close, but not close enough, and I'm not that big a guy where I have a hard time getting out where I would hit the steering wheel or it's tight. So what you can do is, and it comes standard that way. I turned it off because to me it's just more wear and tear. But there's a feature where as soon as you shut the truck off, the seat will slide back and give you room. If you have a Platinum and up and you have power electric steering column, it'll even move that out of the way also and give you room to get out of the vehicle. Then here too, so there's your mirrors. So right now I have it on A for auto. It's in the middle, toggled. If I pushed it forward, it would be completely off. But in the middle is auto. So when I shut the truck off and lock it, when I lock the truck, the mirrors will automatically fold in. So if you're in a situation where you park and every single time you worry you want your mirrors folded in, leave it like that. When you lock the truck, it'll automatically fold in. Otherwise, let's say you're going through someplace tight, or you're going into the car wash or running through the car wash and you want to pull your mirrors in, you just flip that back and it'll suck them in for you. Put it back to auto and you're good to go. You're back out. On here you have your trip. Parking sensors on and off. This is a neat thing too. All the new trucks nowadays have this auto stop start, right? And everybody gets annoyed with it. On this truck, not only can you turn it off, but the way Toyota programmed it. So if I come to a stop with my truck, and honestly, the auto stop start is actually never turned on once since I've had the truck yet, in 134 miles of driving. It's because it's the way, and I haven't turned the switch off. It's because it's the way they set it so that sensitive to brake pressure. So if you just stop normal and you're at the light and you got your foot on the brake, just holding you so you don't roll forward, it won't kick on. If you apply more pressure to the brake pedal, the truck will shut off for the auto stop start feature. So it's really dependent on how you stop as well. If you always stop hard and it's shutting off on you, then I suggest you use the switch. It's got the auto high beams, so you can put that on. It'll keep them on high beams and then automatically shut the high beams off. If you use high beams a lot, I don't, so I don't use that feature, but it'll automatically shut the high beams off when it detects lights from another car oncoming, so you don't blind anybody, or tail lights ahead of you. And then obviously your interior lights, you can turn them on or off or set them to door. Heated steering wheel, and then these are your 120 volt AC outlets for the back seat and in the bed. You turn that on that way. And that's pretty much covers all the features here on the front. I'll just show you the storage on the back seat, and then we'll kind of go over the window sticker and wrap this up. I know it's getting long, but there's a lot of stuff to show you, and I'm pretty excited about the truck. So see, you get a good shot of the interior here from the front. Very nice. Comes with all-weather floor mats. Also with the TRD package, you get these. You get the performance. They're not really, they don't add performance, but it's kind of for styling. You get the aluminum pedals with the black rubber raised pads. Pretty nice looking feature. So for storage, back seat is a 60-40 split. So 60% on this side opens up, 40% on that side. So like I said too, you have cup holders, more cup holders here. So plus cup holders in the door. There's 2 cup holders in each door, 2 cup holders here, and there's cup holders everywhere. If you don't have enough room for drinks, then I don't know what to tell you. You need a kitchen table in here then. So if you pull this up, I haven't seen a lot of reviews on the Tundra where they show the storage behind the seat. There is storage back there too. Everybody shows what's underneath, but I'll show you the behind the seat first. If you pull this up and pull it down, you have storage behind the seat. Now, I have the JBL system, so the sub is here on the side. So you're gonna lose that storage back here, but you still have storage over there. That's where your jack is, and you can keep some other small stuff. You'll see there's a nice void there where you can store some stuff back there. Umbrella, if you're live in a rainy area and you want to keep it back there, a jacket. Anything soft, pretty much, you can probably keep back there. If you didn't have the JBL, you could probably keep a long pew-pew back there. You know, so there's plenty of room for that. And then we'll show you underneath. Underneath, it has this here. So you pick it up, it's going to lock. And then, so it's going to lock in the up position. You know, like other Toyota trucks, they give you a first aid kit, which is pretty cool. And you'll see the floor mats in the back seat as well. So the storage kit here is neat. I haven't set it up yet. This is just how it came, but this is divided. You see the dividers on that side? There's like 2 of them. You can stick them here and have different dividers. If you want to keep some stuff here, you don't want it rolling around here or going to that side. There's also notches in it. I'll show you on the other side where you can hold long items in there as well. Just taking them out to the passenger side door, and I'll show you that. And you'll hear the trucks running. It's fairly quiet. It does sound like a V8 when you take off inside the cab, and that's because Toyota put some artificial sound through the speakers. It doesn't sound bad. It sounds very natural, and I actually enjoy it. It doesn't come on all the time, only when you really get on the throttle. So I'll leave that alone. Some people want to get it programmed and taken off. I'm told the dealer can turn that off for you. So you'll see the dividers where they work, and then you can put the other one here. So let's do that. So now you have dividers. You can lay something here, or keep stuff separated as you like. This is nice for me. I go riding my ATV. I load my Raptor 700 in the bed, go on a trip, or go riding somewhere. I could throw my boots back here, my riding boots, and it's all enclosed. So if they're dirty and stuff, it's not getting all over the cab and the carpet. And then this is all plastic and rubber, so you can just vacuum it out and wipe it down if it does get dirty in here. But it keeps it out of the rest of the truck. So I can keep my boots in here. I can put my riding gear and all that stuff, goggles, stuff like that. And then just to lower it, unlock it. Same thing on the other side. That's pretty much it in here. Back seat, each one you get one of these too. Still, you get a little cubby here as well. I mean, I just really love the truck. I can't say enough about it. As you see, the sliding roll-down rear window with the defrosters. Then you can turn your LED lights on and off, each person back here for map lighting or something like that at night. Good shot of the front from the back seat. You have the SOS button. I didn't show you that in the front, but basically Toyota emergency roadside assistance. If you're in an accident, or if you broke down, you need roadside assistance, you just hit that button, the SOS button there, and Toyota will send somebody. Still a sticker up here I haven't taken off from the dealer. Look at that. And you can keep your sunglasses up there. So I will show you guys the window sticker. I brought that. You have mirrors in here with LED light. The other side as well. Oh, another thing. I'm just forgetting everything here to show you. But the mirror, the rear mirror, the heavy garage door opener is built into the bottom. And then right now it's set on rear mirror. But if you flip this, that's one of those cameras that I showed you above the rear window in the back. It actually switches to a camera, and then from there you can go to settings. You can scroll through your settings, go to zoom. You can zoom in on the camera. You can change the angle of the camera by just scrolling through your settings here, the brightness of it. It's just really neat. You can make the camera go up or down or sideways. You just, by the setting you're on, and then go to that. Then just flip it off, and those electronic settings will turn off on their own, and you're back to mirror only. So go over the window sticker here with you. Also with the truck, with the bed rail system, you got your tie down cleats that go in the bed rail system. Comes with 4 of them from Toyota. So I got them here. I haven't put them in the bed yet. So there's that. And you can see the passenger side, plenty of room. My wife actually said The passenger seat has more leg room than in the Ram. The Ram has a weird setup with on the Tundra you get the tunnel in the back, which kind of takes up the flatness of the rear floor, but for the Rams, for whatever reason, the front transmission tunnel, I think because they have the engine pushed so far back in the Ram under your dash, that the transmission bell housing and all that stuff comes very close to the bottom of the firewall, that the hump is like almost intrudes into the leg room of the passenger. So you have to kind of keep your feet over here, because this is all transmission tunnel. Where in here you have a full amount of leg room, way more comfortable for a passenger in your passenger seat here in this truck. So I'll show you the window sticker. Now, Tundra 4x4, Army green, black interior, built in San Antonio, Texas, USA. So I don't want to hear nothing about by American made. This truck is more American made than every other truck on the road. As far as parts, it's built in America. I know Fords are built in America too. Most Chevys are built in Mexico, Canada also. And, so you're basically getting an American made truck. You're employing American workers. So, that argument is kind of getting old. So you see, these are all your standard, this side is all your standard equipment. So I'll kind of scroll down it quick. You guys can pause the video if you want just to kind of see it. That's your standard equipment, right? And then on this side, you'll see, this is the options. So I don't know why it says 50 state emissions legal. That's every vehicle, but I have the JBL speaker audio system. That's $565. And then I have the limited premium package. That gives you the LED headlights and towing technology package. That's the trailer backup assist. And that's $395. And then you have the limited power package, $385. That gives you the wireless charging and the the outlet in the bed, the outlet in the back seat, and the LED bed lights. That's $385 option. Then I have the TRD Offroad package. That's the big one. That comes with a lot of stuff. You have the bedside decals, the multi-terrain select, the crawl control, all that stuff. Toyota TRD shift knob, the pedals, which I showed you. One other thing I didn't show you, which I'll show you quick before when we get out and wrap this video up. I got the TRD front skid plate, so that's the same skid plate that comes on the TRD Pro, the aluminum one that says TRD in red. That's $380. All with the floor liners, which I showed you. The USB phone charging cables, which I showed you. The red cables, you get three cables, and you get also an adapter where you can plug into that 12 volt and plug more things in if you need to use for that. Spray on bed liner, that's $599, and the Predator side steps, which is $774. So grand total sticker price $61,062. Delivery and processing, that's from Toyota, as part of the sticker price. So full sticker price is $62,857. Now my dealership does not do markups, but they do a couple add-ons, not that bad. There's two Toyota dealers in town and one a little bit further away, which I do deal with sometimes, that does no add-ons at all, and they sell at MSRP. This dealer just does window tint and clear door edge guards for $499, and that is it. So that brings the total price to $63,356. That is what I paid for the truck. I traded in the Ram, so I saved on the tax. So I just paid title and licensing above and beyond the $63,356. So that is it. If you're paying over MSRP, there's another dealer in town that they say they advertise that we sell MSRP, but they sell MSRP, and then their dealer add-on package is $2,200 of nonsense. Like $200 for nitrogen in your tires, $800 for an alarm system that you probably don't want because they were tampering with the wiring in your car, and all kinds of paint protection, all kinds of junk for $2,200, and they don't budge from that stuff. So that's basically you'd be looking at $65 grand for this truck if you bought it from them, same truck, which is ludicrous when the dealer down the road in town sells it for MSRP with just the $499. And I will tell you, so I bought this from Precision Toyota in Tucson, Desert Toyota, where we got my wife's 4Runner. The add-ons were almost nothing when we bought the 4Runner. I don't know if they've changed or they just have a different add-on package for the full-size trucks. But I was looking at them there, and it was, like I said, $2,200 in add-ons for their Tundras, and I wasn't paying that. So I'll show you that front skid plate, and then we'll kind of wrap this video up. You'll see the front grill here, TRD grill. This TRD. It says Tundra everywhere. There's your radar cruise control sensor. And then you'll see underneath skid plate, if you can see that. Okay. So that's it, guys. Hope you guys like the truck. You see the daytime running lights, pretty cool. At nighttime, it really illuminates this entire section is lit up. It's hard to see with the sun on it. And then when you put your blinkers on, it just kind of, it moves. I forget what they call that. Sequential turn signals, where the light just kind of moves like that. And the tail lights are sequential also. It's really, really neat looking. You got your fog lights. So that's it, guys. Wrapping it up here. I know this went a little bit long. Hope you guys stuck around to the end. If you did, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. There's going to be plenty more content on this Tundra coming up. We got another big addition to the channel, which we'll be unveiling here, hopefully within the next week or two. I'm hoping the next video is going to be the unveil for the new toy we're picking up. I had ordered it, and it has been shipped as of the 14th of this month. So it should be hitting the dealer any day now. So stay tuned for that video coming up. Smash that thumbs up on your way out. Hit the subscribe button, please. If you watch all my videos, I get a lot of returning viewers. I can see in the stats that you guys come back and watch all my videos, but you don't subscribe to the channel. It doesn't do anything to you. It doesn't spam you. It just helps me out tremendously. It lets my videos be seen more based on the algorithms on YouTube, so that other people, I get more views, and just helps my channel grow. So that's just really a big help for me. If you can smash the thumbs up button if you like the video. Even leave a comment. That helps as well. Even if you have nothing to say, just say hi. That's fantastic. I would say hi back to you, and give you a thumbs up and a heart for that, for doing that for me. So thanks for watching this video, guys. Again, I hope you like it. Army green, I'm in love with it. If you got any names for the truck for me, leave them in the comments below. What should I name the truck? I'd like to name the truck something. The obvious one would be Hulk, right? It's big, bulky, and green. But there's actually another guy out there with a TRD 4Runner, and he's already named his TRD Hulk, so we're not going to steal that on him. So I'll have to come up with something different. So if you got any ideas, leave it in the comments below. But that's it, guys. Thanks for tuning into the video. Smash the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment, and we will see you on the next one. This is Joe from Odyssey Off-Road. We're out.